Can you see my screen? Common to all anxiety disorder is a conflict between the tendency to attend to threat information and the tendency to avoid elaboration of such information. That is behavioral and cognitive avoidance. Now, to just describe you specifically what it is, I will say it again. So, a conflict between the tendency to attend to threat information and the tendency to avoid elaboration of such information. एक जो मेरी सोच और फहम के दरमियान तजाद है, उस तजाद में जितना गैप बढ़ेगा, चांसेस ऑफ डेवलपिंग अ साइकाइट्रिक मॉबिलिटी बढ़ जाएगी, और जितना वो गैप कम होगा, उतना चांसेस ऑफ डेवलपिंग अ साइकाइट्रिक मॉबिलिटी कम हो जाएगी. I hope I was able to say it properly. What distinguishes PTSD is a biphasic reliving and denial with alternating intrusive and numbing responses. So एक एक उतार चढ़ाव PTSD के मरीज में होगा, जिसमें at one end there will be intrusive and numbing responses, and at other end he will completely deny. When efforts to reduce distress by active avoidance fail, numbing responses occur. So this is unfortunately a very complicated situation, and most of the time psychiatrists feel unable to go into that depth. A person who is having PTSD will be non-responsive to most of the psychiatric treatment or strategies unless or until you make an appropriate diagnosis and go for it. So this is an important diagnosis in that sense कि आप साइकाइट्री का मरीज आउट पेशेंट डिपार्टमेंट में देख रहे हैं और दवाइयां दे रहे हैं और एंटी डिप्रेशन दे रहे हैं और हाई डोज में, और उसको ट्रीटमेंट रेजिस्टेंट डिप्रेशन के जुमरे में लेके आ रहे हैं, लेकिन वो ठीक नहीं हो रहा बिकॉज द डायग्नोसिस वाज wrong. So re-evaluation of the diagnosis is important. Emotional processing theory of PTSD. This is the key. When I went in 2007 to US for specifically get the training for the therapies of the PTSD, it was a very intense program where I participated. The key I learned was this: emotional processing theory of PTSD invokes psychological constructs to explain early PTSD symptoms, natural recovery, development and maintenance, and the treatment of PTSD. Fear structure. A fear structure is a program for escaping the danger. It includes information about the feared stimuli, the fear response, the meaning of stimuli and responses. I will brief you all this again. Trauma memory is a specific fear structure that includes representation of stimuli present during the trauma, physiological and behavioral responses that occur during the trauma, meanings associated with these stimuli and responses. Association among stimuli, response, and meaning representation may be realistic or unrealistic. So let me say it again very clearly, what I have covered in the past 3 slides. Unable to get the snapshots you are sharing, please. Okay, I will try to give you the presentation, so don't worry about it. मैं इस presentation को upload कर दूंगा आप लोगों के Skype पे, so you don't have to take a snapshot. So what happens in a simple language in PTSD is that if I am witnessing some problematic situation, so मेरे सामने कोई वाकया पेश आया, से चलो if I'll say कि मेरे सामने एक धमाका हुआ और ब्लास्ट हुआ और उसमें कुछ लोग गिरे और चोट लगी और कुछ वाकयात हुए और मैं वहां पे कुछ इंजर हुआ लेकिन मैं बच गया और मैं वहां से निकल आया. Our mind is very complex, our brain is very complex. हम बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन जो नहीं सेंसिबली रिकॉर्ड कर रहे वो भी हम यहाँ पे रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं. सो जो मेरी आंखें देख रही हैं आमतौर पे, जैसे इस वक्त मेरी आंखें आप लोगों को स्काइप पे देख रही हैं, एक तस्वीर है जिसमें एसी के ऊपर कवर चढ़ा हुआ है, कोई डॉक्टर साहब वहां पे बैठे हुए, मैं देख रहा हूं. सिर्फ ये इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मैं प्रोसेस कर रहा, बहुत सारी और इंफॉर्मेशन भी प्रोसेस कर रहा है मेरा माइंड. जैसे साइड पे क्या है, इस साइड पे क्या है, मेरे पीछे क्या है, मुझे शक्ल क्या नजर आ रही है, बाहर से अगर कमरे के कोई गुजरता है और मुझे आहट फील होती है, वो क्या हो रहा है, इस कमरे में रोशनी कितनी है, लाइट रंग क्या है, छत कैसी है, बेस कैसी है, कुर्सी कैसी है, ये वो तमाम इंफॉर्मेशन है जो मेरा माइंड रिकॉर्ड करता है। सो अगर आप, if you are in your ward and you go to a classroom, you have never ever noticed the color of the classroom. But if I ask you after that, okay, what was the color of the classroom, you'll be able to acknowledge and tell me that. You, although you never wanted to recognize and memorize it, but you know the color of the room. सो पीटीएसडी में कहने की बात यह है कि वो इंफॉर्मेशन जो एक्चुअली हम डायरेक्ट आंखों से देख रहे हैं और वो इंफॉर्मेशन जो हमारा इनसेंसिबल माइंड प्रोसेस कर रहा है, दैट इज द की। और उस डिस्पैरिटी में चीजें कॉम्प्लिकेट करती हैं, राइट। सो पीटीएसडी में जो इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेसिंग है पूरे इवेंट की, वो फ्रेगमेंटेड हो जाती है और फिर सिम्टम्स आते हैं, और जब तक हम उसको प्रोसेस करके एक स्ट्रीमलाइन इवेंट क्रिएट नहीं कर देते दिमाग में, हम पीटीएसडी को ट्रीट नहीं कर पाते। दिस इज द की message that I want to convey in this presentation. There are a large number of stimuli and excessive responses, PTSD symptoms, erroneous associations between the stimuli and the danger, an erroneous association between the responses and incompetent, fragmented and poorly organized relationship among the representations. So whatever I am saying here in English terminology, I have explained to you in a simple English word that what happens in PTSD is that the insensible recording taking place in my brain, but besides what I'm actually seeing, that insensible recording makes more problem than what actually is happening. So in PTSD, when if I am driving a car and there a car hits me from the back, that bump makes me uncomfortable. I react, I'd say. But actually, the problem is the insensible thing. Insensible thing is who was at the back of the car, who was at the side of the car, who was outside the car, who was in the front, who was at what was the weather, how the sun was shining. All that insensible learning is stored in the brain, and if that storing process during that traumatic event gets fragmented, उसमें breaks आ जाएं recording में, तो पीटीएसडी डेवलप हो जाएगा। और जब तक वो ब्रेक्स सीधे होके एक सीधी लाइन में नहीं चलेंगे, पीटीएसडी ठीक नहीं होगा। आई होप आई एम एबल टू मेक अ सेंस ऑफ इट। एनीबडी who feels that you have understood? You all have understood, or none of you have understood? Okay, anyways, so
Understood, sir.
समझ आई है?
जी सर, जी सर।
Okay, let's move on. मैं लम्हों को वक्त की पुकार देता हूँ, इसी लगन में कई शामें गुजार देता हूँ। मैं यूं ही हर एक से बेरब्त नहीं मिलता, हर शख्स को इसका मयार देता हूँ। बदला लेना मेरी फितरत में नहीं है मोहसिन, कोई खजाएं दे तो बदले में बहार देता हूँ। If we all are humans like this, then of course we are all good. This world will be heaven. Types of assessment tools in PTSD. There are self-rating questionnaires, there are interview viewer administered questionnaires, there are trauma questionnaires, screening assessment, diagnostic assessments, measurement of treatment outcome, blah, blah, blah. But the most important thing is your interpretation of taking the history and making the PTSD diagnosis. That is the key to the questionnaire. Although all of these questions, which I will definitely share with you, are available, but I will still focus more on clinical interview. That is the key. And if you are able to understand that this traumatic event recorded in this way have this fragmented memory component, and this fragmentation is leading to these symptoms, you'll be able to diagnose PTSD clinically and will be able to manage. If that is missing, You will keep on treating the patients for depression or anxiety or GAD, and he won't, never ever will recover. The prevalence of PTSD in primary care, 9%. Only 2% of the primary care patients with PTSD are diagnosed by a physician. This is Western world data, not Pakistani data. I believe in Pakistan, people don't diagnose people with PTSD. And because they don't diagnose it with the PTSD, the patients never recover. And because they never recover, they have chronic. And if they are chronic, things don't get well and things are compromised. Gender differences in PTSD, the rates of PTSD, more symptoms, physiological reactivity, restricted effect, startle response, and length of illness. The greater the length of illness of PTSD symptoms, more chronicity, and if more chronic, more difficult to treat. Why is PTSD more common in women? Impact of violent assault. कहते हैं औरतों पे जुल्म ज्यादा होता है. Difference in serotonin synthesis. Vulnerability to depression. औरतों को डिप्रेशन भी ज्यादा होता है, औरतों पे जुल्म भी ज्यादा होता है, और औरतों के साथ असॉल्ट की पॉसिबिलिटी भी ज्यादा होती है, और औरतों में सेरोटोनिन भी रिलेटिवली कम होता है. So, major reasons. PTSD and somatic symptoms. Most of the women will present with the somatic symptoms. पेट में गैस बनती है, गोला बनता है, सर को चढ़ता है, सर में दर्द रहती है. They will never ever talk of sexual abuse in childhood. They will never ever talk about domestic violence happening in home. They will never ever talk about sexual frustrations. They will, or something happening during that time. They will never ever report about these problems. आपका क्या ख्याल है कि मतलब लोगों को, औरतों को ये मसाइल नहीं होते? होते हैं, बोलती नहीं है, और हमारे मुआशरे में बोलने दिया भी नहीं जाता. कितने परसेंट औरतें हमारे पाकिस्तान में आके डॉक्टर को अपनी सेक्सुअल प्रॉब्लम्स बताती हैं? मेरा नहीं ख्याल कि 0.01% औरतें भी ये करती हैं. किसी लड़की से मैं एज अ मेल उसके मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल के बारे में पूछना चाहूं तो भी मुझे मुश्किल और दिक्कत होगी. सो वो अपने ट्रॉमा के बारे में कैसे बात करेगी? दैट इज अनफॉर्चुनेटली प्रॉब्लम. And this is where the role of me as a psychiatrist comes in. So I make the person comfortable and I dig out the information. Prospective study of HMO participant, adults aged 21 to 30 years, number 1000, administered structured interview disc, 1989, follow-up from this year to this year, evaluated for PTSD and for somatic symptoms. The result, those with history of PTSD were 3 times more likely than those without PTSD to have a history of abridged somatization. So most of the people with PTSD, they present with somatization rather than PTSD. More tricky, more complication. Other manifestations of PTSD: guilt, shame, despair, suicidality, hostility, domestic violence, social isolation, feeling constantly threatened, substance abuse, and poor health. खातून मेरे पास आ रही है और कमज़ोर है, डिप्रेशन की ट्रीटमेंट देना शुरू कर देते हैं, नींद बेहतर कर देते हैं, सब कुछ हो जाता है, लेकिन पेशेंट ठीक नहीं होता इसलिए कि पीटीएसडी को नहीं देखा. सो यू हैव टू असेस हिम. इंक्रीज मॉर्बिडिटी विद पीटीएसडी. Psychiatric disorders are more, GAD is more, depression is more, somatization is more, substance abuse is more, medical illnesses are more. All of them. This is just few examples. Biological alterations also associated with chronic PTSD suggest ongoing stress response. हर वक्त एक परेशानी के हालत में रहते हैं और कभी भी एक नॉर्मल फीलिंग नहीं आती. खाने पे गए हैं, पैनिक कर रहे हैं, बैठे हुए हैं लोगों के सामने, पैनिक कर रहे हैं. मतलब पैनिक करें मीन्स इट्स द एक्सप्रेशन. So I can see that this person is not comfortable. I can see that this person is unhappy. I can see that this person is not coping well, although there are no active psychiatric symptoms. So this is PTSD. I hope I am still making sense. So अगर किसी जगह पे कोई सवाल पूछना हो प्लीज रोक देना। जिथे हों जहालता बगले लान अदालता, कां पे करन वकालता सब नूं मिलन जलालता, दिल दा शीशा साफ नहीं रहिंदा उत्थे फिर इंसाफ नहीं रहिंदा। This is just going through that. Pharmacotherapy, what to do about it? So when I see a patient, when, why, who, what, how, these are the questions. What should I do? How should I do? When should I do? Who should I contact and how to do that? These are the questions. So the diagnosis in and it's of itself, failure of psychosocial treatments. Most of these patients, when they are sent to the therapy sessions, they don't do get better as well. And why is that? Again, the why is that? Because lack of expression. So people won't come up with it unless or until you will ask specifically about it. अगर मैं उससे पूछूंगा नहीं तो वो मुझे बताएगा नहीं. सो पीटीएसडी में पूछना सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो बात करना इंपॉर्टेंट है. इंडिकेशंस, अगेन ये सारी बात कुछ हम कर चुके. दवाई कौन सी देंगे? सबसे बेस्ट studied drugs in PTSD are sertraline and paroxetine. Major literature in favor of that. Fluoxetine and venlafaxine can also be given, other antidepressants can also be given, but most literature suggestive of sertraline and paroxetine. So one option, when you feel that there is something hidden, when you feel that the patient is not explaining everything to you, when you feel that there is a possibility of traumatic life experiences, give sertraline or paroxetine. Don't give fluoxetine, venlafaxine, or any other drug. This is a big slide, but this is the key slide. What should be done when there is a diagnosis of PTSD? So overall, I have said 3 things to you. 1, make sure that you ask the questions about PTSD. 2, even if there is a slight indication of trauma, the mental trauma, try to assess for stress and PTSD. 3, last, make sure that the fragmented memory is corrected. And lastly, give the drug appropriately and in a proper therapeutic dosage if you find it's a PTSD, and go for specific psychological intervention as well. So diagnosis of PTSD, consider at the diagnosis at each evaluation. Treatment includes SSRI, which I have mentioned, in an adequate period of time. If there is a response or a partial response or a full response, then decide what to do next. If there is no response, switch with the SSRI, change the SSRI, go for other treatment strategies like beta, alpha-1 adrenergic antagonist, low dose of tricyclics, sedating antidepressants. If there is no response, switch the group, change and give something else. Benzodiazepines are contraindicated in PTSD. Try not to use benzodiazepines in people who are suffering from PTSD, because that fragmented memory in PTSD patient gets more complicated if a benzodiazepine is given, which will hamper the memory in processing and people will suffer more, right? So you have to be careful. Don't give benzodiazepines to people who are suffering from PTSD. Reevaluate them. इसमें मैंने psychological interventions नहीं डाली, but the psychological interventions in PTSD patients are as important as pharmacological intervention, right? I don't know how much time I have consumed, but I hope it was less than an hour. So I am good to share this one with you as well. कभी यूं भी आ मेरे रूबरू, तुझे पास पाके मैं रो पड़ूं, मुझे मंजिले इश्क पे हो यकीन, तुझे धड़कनों में सुना करूं, कभी सजा लूं तुझको आंखों में, कभी तस्बीहों में पढ़ा करूं, कभी चूम लूं तेरे हाथों को, कभी तेरे दिल में बसा करूं. Well, thank you very much for listening to me. Any question, I'll be happy to respond back.
Sir, I have
Yes,
शॉर्ट टर्म
go ahead.
मैंने तो आ सकते हैं अगर इनिशियली प्रॉब्लम आ भी रही है अभी
So, sorry, Benazir couldn't understand. दोबारा बता.
सर शॉर्ट टर्म के